My grandmother took over our home and started treating us like her staff.
What, like workers?
I'm 22 female, love my grandmother, 70 female, with all my heart, but she's very difficult to live with. She moved in around 6 years ago due to a hurricane that damaged her roof. She was only supposed to stay for a couple of months because we were trying to fix up her roof, but she also had to get some kind of surgery done for her arm. By the way, this comes from Introduction Open 67, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OK Storytime subreddit. So we were understanding, and we just didn't want her to stay home alone in her now damaged house while she was healing from surgery, so we had no problem with her being here at first. Within the first few days of surgery, she was acting sickly, constantly needing help with this or that, but whatever, family come over and all the attention was on her, talking to her about things she likes. She's no longer sick or fragile. She's running up and down the stairs, showing off everything she bought. She forgot she was a frail old lady. She only came here with a basket of clothes and a suitcase. I only thought she came with a suitcase because she travels a lot because she's a singer and tours from time to time. Looking back at it now, she was probably plotting to move in with us. When she first moved in, my brother wasn't here, so she got to stay in his bedroom. It didn't take much time for the room to get kind of stuffy because she loves shopping and buying things, especially things she doesn't need at all. Those are her favorite. That huge room, and for her to take up so much room with a month was just crazy. Another weird thing is that she'll buy a whole set outfit and only wear it once to her performance. So try to imagine how much clothes were stuffed in my brother's closet. Yikes. Now try to imagine her buying more clothes, so now she has to put it in my closet. Now try to imagine within the span of her career as a performer, all the clothes and shoes she's bought, all in her house, in single room of her house. That, for some reason, she never wants to touch or wear again, but she refused to get rid of even though she completely abandoned her house.
Yucky.
Now imagine her buying a storage garage just to fill it up with more useless things that she's never going to look at. A couple of months later, my brother wants to move in. She's pissed and asked my mother why her own grandson is moving back into his childhood home, and then asked her, my mom, where she's supposed to stay. My mom basically told her she can go back home since her arm's healed and she can come back from her tour, so she should have enough money to fix the roof. She said a couple of $100 from her tour can't afford to move back. Complete lies. So she asked if she could move into my mother's personal room. My mom has 2 rooms, her bedroom that she shares with my dad and her hobby room. She barely slept in her bedroom, so that hobby room was her personal room. She did everything in that room. She ran a personal blog for her clothing that she crafted herself. She did makeup tutorials, she made beautiful wigs, etc. She was basically a content creator while also being a hairstylist. She needed that room for her work and content. Fair. My grandmother knew all these things and insisted in moving in that room, so my mom reluctantly let her move in.
Boo. I don't normalize like
Saying
setting
no.
boundaries with like people who are being unreasonable regardless of who they are.
Yeah.
Can we do that, please?
My mother is now miserable and is frustrated because of this. She's basically put her life on pause because Granny won't move out of that room, and it looks horrendous in there. And I swear, there is rotting odor in that room now.
Ugh, she's got the rot. Grandma's got the scarlet rot.
I can't explain everything that happened in the past 6 years, but I'll try some of the things my grandmother does that makes everyone hate living with her as best as I can. My mom's room was pretty spacey, so when my grandmother moved in there, she did what she does best. She hoards. We can't even fit in that room anymore. There's only a small space to walk in and out of. There was some weird rotting smell in that room, but I think either from her piles of clothes or the fact that my grandmother showers only once a month.
Huh? What?
That's like a
What?
that's like getting into like someone needs to like care for her territory. Like
Could you imagine?
once a month.
Could you imagine the smell?
I actually did imagine that the other day because I was like, I imagined what everyone used to smell like before like deodorant existed or like regular personal hygiene existed. And I can only imagine just the swirl of stanky fumes like rolling around when you just would like walk through the street.
Yeah.
Had to have been insane.
I counted, so I'm not exaggerating. We can all tell when she's showering because of the weird noise she makes there.
What?
What does that mean?
What?
What does that mean?
She blows up that effing restroom. Imagine a quiet, peaceful night and you're about to fall asleep, and all of a sudden you hear Rack City by Tiger inches away from your bedroom.
Wait,
Dude,
is your grandma playing Rack City?
Your grandma's listening to Rack City?
In the restroom.
I kind of like
Mind
your
you,
grandma now.
her bedroom is in front of the restroom. So you have to hear a 70-year-old woman hit it and crap in there. That's what I'm dealing with. Or how about whenever someone is done cooking, normally it's in the household, we have to let each other know when we're done cooking, or else we'll just have no clue. But you have someone who listens to every single sound or movement, know when you're done cooking before you ever tell anyone. Then proceed to eat most of the dinner. Now we barely cook because someone keeps hoarding all the food. Not only that, but when they do cook, they cook for themselves only. Ever had a roommate that listens to your every move? Listens to every conversation you've had in the privacy of your own room? Yep, that's my grandma. She tries so hard to avoid my mom because my mom keeps trying to discuss with her about when and how she'll be moving out. My parents' bedroom is right next to the room my grandma is in now. She listens to possibly everything they say and do in there. Everything.
I don't know. Are we just gonna like pretend that this is okay? Are we not? Is there like this is like intervention type? Are you're
Yeah.
living in filth?
Yeah, sometimes you just need to come to Jesus meeting. Be like, Grandma, you got to go back. You got to go back to where you came from.
I'm
Grandma.
gonna be like, this is a go to Green Acres meeting. We
gotta go
need
back
to
to your
send
home.
you to a care facility.
She knows my mother is moving around. She knows when we are with our mother and talking to her about whatever. I'll never forget how we complained about how Grandma eats all the food and cooks for no one but herself, how we were tired and felt so uncomfortable about Grandma being around. The next day she cooks again, but surprise, she actually made us something. It's 4 fish patties and like 2 French fries. It's a pattern too. I know she hears us complaining because the next day she'll order pizza or something. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a peephole in my parents' bedroom. Also, let me add, we don't care about her cooking for us. We always appreciate it. It's just we notice that she's really selfish about it. Goodness forbid we go out to eat too. If we come back home with food for ourselves, she complains like we're treating her like crap. Dude, what?
Man, I'm so glad my grandmas aren't like this.
Don't ever mention fixing up her house. Don't mention moving her back into her house because I promise you, you'll wish you didn't. There's a range of things she'll do. The first few times we tried to talk to her about the house, she would just complain about how she doesn't have the money. When she tours, she's not making much, and how she's basically being paid pennies to perform. Except that's not true because when we do go see her perform, she's done with her gig, she gets paid. Usually about $2,000 or more per performance. So imagine when she goes in a month-long tour, she'll brag about it on Facebook, how much she's getting paid and where she's going. So we know it's not really about the money. Then during my freshman year in college, crap got more drastic. Now every time my mom mentions the house, suddenly my grandma is all ill and can't walk and needs to be pampered / taken care of. She had a pinched nerve in her back, but acted like she got shot or something. Every time I would leave my room, she moaned super loud. So when I tried to use the restroom, she would moan loud like she needed help. Then I stay in the restroom, and then she goes quiet. When I walk back to my room, she starts moaning loud again. Then I stay in my room for a second, and she's quiet. Silence. She was faking it.
Dang, that's like the kid faking to be sick to stay home from school level of like deception. What that to say, like it's not fooling anybody.
I started to ignore her because I knew she didn't need help. Then she gets up, walks to my mom's room to talk to her. My mom plays possum because she doesn't want to deal with her either. Granny sees my mom is asleep. Then magically my grandmother straightens her back and dashes to the restroom as if nothing was wrong with her. She still does this every time we try to talk to her about the house or moving out. Suddenly her back hurts and she can't move. And then she'll call the ER and come back home the same day because nothing is actually wrong with her. I have an aunt like this.
Oh, really?
And what do you do with your aunt?
Yeah.
I don't talk to her.
Okay. Does anyone in your family talk to her?
Fair enough.
The people that are married to her, or person that's married to her. Yeah. No, we don't talk anymore. I know you're probably wondering why not move into an apartment. She's Miss Rich B, so why not tell her to move into an apartment? We tried. It didn't work. Actually, she was the one that kept insisting to move to an apartment since she knew she wanted her out of the house. She said that in an argument with my mom, and my mom actually took her to go shopping around for apartments the next day. Granny just had to double it, I guess, because as soon as they found the nearest apartments, Grandma said she needed to go to the ER. She thinks her blood pressure is rising. So full of crap. So now you're wondering, why not get her to move in with someone else? We tried that too. We regret that so much. Grandma finally contacted my uncle because suddenly she gives a crap about her only great-grandchild. She spends the whole day there and comes back home with some BS. She told her uncle that she was getting mistreated and that my mom is going to kick her out and leave her in the streets.
You have the money for an apartment. What do you mean? Okay, now I'm thinking that this woman doesn't need, like, my empathy levels for this woman are dropping drastically.
Yeah, same. I don't think I ever had any. Because
I never had any.
How can you be playing this game on your children and your grandchildren and then go on tour?
Yeah, I don't know.
Traveling takes a lot on a person. If a one conversation puts you in the ER, you shouldn't be touring.
Well, it's not. It's just like, she's just a liar.
Yikes.
She's just a deceiver.
My uncle, for some reason, believes, despite knowing how narcissistic she is, and starts a whole argument with my mom. My mom explains to my uncle what is actually happening, and he's dumbfounded to find out that his mother is doing what she does best. Then he offers my grandma a room in his house if she ever leaves ours. My grandma later refused because there isn't a nearby airport and nowhere where she can shop at. We were all somehow still dumbfounded at her consistent, self-centered, narcissistic, and self-serving personality. That wasn't even the only time she went around accusing us of mistreating her. When the ER came to our house during one of her fake episodes, she told one of the people talking to her at the hospital that she was so sick and she hasn't eaten in days, she said. We were all about to crap ourselves. My butt was starting to hurt from how tight I was clenching it. We just couldn't believe she would say that. We were cooking for her, heating up soups for her, and buying electrolyte water for her. That's big. We were taking full care of her, and that's what she decided to do? Throw us under the bus for literally no reason? Luckily, nothing happened after that, but she still does from time to time complain to someone that we're trying to throw her out on the streets. She loves playing a victim.
Just grandma.
Just do it.
It's just grandma, guys.
Just throw grandma to the streets, bro. I'm done.
Well, I feel like if you throw her to the streets, she'll actually, like, immediately get an apartment.
Yep.
Or maybe she's, like, so deranged she would, like, intentionally stay homeless so that she can be like, look what they've done to me.
And then everyone's going to turn against you and everyone's going to hate you and your family.
But couldn't you just be like, hey, everybody, she's got racks, dude. She's like in Rack City right now.
Unsurprisingly, she also wasn't a good mother to both her children and pets. The best way I can describe her relationship with my mom is pretty much that movie, Mommy Dearest. Because she treated her daughter like crap when my mother was a child.
Mommy dessert's crazy.
My grandmother always made sure she had the best clothes, shoes, and hairdos while her children struggled constantly. She abused my mother the most. She would find any reason to hurt her. As my mom got older, my grandma got none the wiser. My grandmother was expecting everyone to treat her like a celebrity. She still likes this. She thinks she pays her dues and believes now that she is fully entitled to live here with us despite everyone wanting her out. She fully expects everyone to take care of her, even if she mistreats them. For pets, I don't even understand. She'll get a pet, take care of it for a while. Pet grows old. Granny now hates pets and wants it to pass away. Why even own one if you're going to be like that? Her last dog also lived with us. Her pet dog, passed away. She despised that dog. She literally wanted that dog to pass. For the first time her dog was sick, she did absolutely nothing to help it. We had to take care of her dog because she wouldn't. Turns out it had a treatable infection and it was being taken care of. She just went back to resenting her dog. But please don't resent us after we are done reading this story. Go to your favorite podcast platform, search up OK Storytime, and boom. We got more stories for you. Don't resent us. We got them there for you. They're waiting. Just get over there.
No need to resent us. Just resent this god-awful woman.
Her behavior is crazy. Her behavior is bad.
There's nothing I truly like despise more than like someone with an animal that they cannot take care of.
Yeah.
You know, or like refuse to take care of.
Yep.
It bothers me so much.
I know that it hits Dakota in a soft spot.
But
also, why is your mom not getting a backbone here?
Yeah, why are we putting up with grandma? Because she's grandma? She's if this was anyone besides your grandma, you would have gotten her out of there in a week and a half.
Back to the story, we got a new dog and grandma just grew to resent her dog even more. We pretty much cared for her pet dog until she unfortunately passed. Grandma didn't really care and was basically being theatrical with her grief. Just the worst. When her pet was alive and we had our own pet dog, she would try and take care of our dog while completely alienating her own. She's just awful. She insults everyone and is extremely bigoted. She loves degrading others over their appearance while not looking too good herself. She loves making fun of overweight people despite gaining over 50 pounds within a few years. She also forgot her grandchildren are also pretty overweight themselves. She'll smile and call me pretty and my brother handsome, but she'll insult her other two grandchildren who don't have to deal with her. Send help.